My name is Sheila Suderwalla, and I'm the Executive Director of Artists First. Artists First is a nonprofit art studio serving adults with disabilities, youth with and without disabilities, and veterans through creative self-expression. We say our story is about art, not disabilities. We participated in the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture's People's State of the Union Address Story Circle today. Our story circle was called We All Belong.
Yeah, my story is about that I got put in an apartment area where I did not want to go, but I stayed there for 8 years, and I liked some there, but I had when I got there, I stayed there for 8 years and moved on to another apartment, and it stinks. That's a place that I did not want to go, but I liked. That was it. So I let you know about that story.
Why did you feel like you didn't belong there?
Because I ain't liked about certain things of the apartment. That's why I didn't feel like that I did not belong there. And I got thrown there. I got thrown at this apartment area, but I stayed there for 8 years. And stuff. Yeah.
So you didn't have a choice?
Yeah, nope. To stay there. But if I stayed there, I was glad that I at least had the area to stay. Yes. And that's most of y'all. That I got to say.
There's times where I think people feel like they belong and they don't belong where they live, especially for people that weren't born in this country, immigrants. And I'm an immigrant, I'm not born in this country. And I think at times there are things I didn't understand because I did not grow up here, and then that makes me feel alone and at times like an outsider. And then I also think some people make judgments or have stereotypes based on the fact that you weren't born in America.
Well, I feel like I wasn't belong when I had to live on the street. And I was homeless. I didn't have a home to go to. I didn't have nothing that to fall back on. I didn't have had a key to open my own apartment or house. And that really felt bad that I had to live like that, and I was forced to live like that, because after my mother died, I knew I didn't have nobody. And living on the street was real bad. I couldn't deal with it. I was like an outcast. And I was like this. It's like when you in a shelter, it's like being in jail, that you can't go out in and out as you please. And then you gotta listen to these ignorant men. A few of them, I ain't putting all of them down, because a few of them did make good sense. I talked to the ones who had sense, and the rest of them didn't have good sense. Living on the street with me, I had to survive out there. I had to learn how to survive living on there, but at least one thing, I made sure I had a bed to sleep tonight. And then I was like this with being homeless, that they let you out the wee hours of the morning and nothing ain't open, and you out there roaming out there in the street, and you be hoping something's open, you can sit down for a while and get out of the cold or whatever.
So mine's similar to Sheila's, but a little different. So I grew up playing baseball and soccer my whole life, and I was set to play baseball in college. but I got hurt, and so I switched to soccer kind of late, but my team was, as in most soccer teams are, they're very international. So I was like the lone white guy on the team, and I played in the city all the time growing up, so I always played against other white guys. And so that first week was really difficult because in my head I was always a baseball player, and also I know to these guys like I was the white boy, which is weird to think about, but and yeah, like guys from all over, and if they were all white, they were like from Europe. So I was still like one of the couple Americans, but like I like to think, especially in sport, like actions speak louder than words. And then once we started playing, you kind of felt more accepted once the season got going. And yeah, just after that, my first memory was with first game. I didn't start, and then I went in, and then the rest of the season never came out. So kind of felt accepted by the coach as well.
My name is Rick. I was in the U.S. Navy from 1987 to 1993. While in, when you go through boot camp, everybody feels alone because we're from all over the country, and we have to meld, and then it kind of works throughout. You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. In that time, we went over, you know, we went on a cruise on the Abraham Lincoln to Desert Storm, and we spent some time there. That was a high tension time right there because of all the turmoil going on. Like it's high tension now, but not as bad, I guess. But we went over there, then we came back, and I finished out my contract with the Navy. And it was when I got out that, you know, I was married and had a child, but when I got out was when I didn't belong. I couldn't, you know, nobody cared, you know, oh, you're a veteran, good for you. Nobody cared what you needed. The VA didn't care as far as I knew, because, you know, when you talk about PTSD, they didn't want to hear it from you because that's more money they have to pay. And that's been slowly creeping up on me, getting worse and worse over the years, over the past 20 some odd years. And so having that now, I don't feel accepted anywhere. Here is one place I do, and but anywhere else, I just stay in. I have to have a service dog now just to keep me from flipping out, so to speak. And he's real great. His name is Odie, and he's an anchor for me, you know, just by being there.
My name is Jim Douglas, and my story I don't think is as significant or dramatic as anybody else's. It may seem very insignificant, but the first time I walked in here, it's probably be a short story too. The first time I walked in here, I felt like I belonged. I said to myself, hey, these people are as crazy as I am. I was talking about the people who ran the place. And I look forward to coming here every week, and this place has helped bring meaning to my life. I just don't create, I socialize. And when I was a kid, I had a lot of social anxiety, and that didn't leave me till about 1993, and I became an extrovert. And I love interacting with Heather and Tim and everybody, and telling each other jokes and working on my art. And you guys are like a light in my life. You give significance to my life. You give meaning to my life. That's about all.
Hi, I am Chacha, but I'm Shaquita, but everybody calls me Chacha. Well, mine started when I was in high school, where like I really felt like I didn't belong at all, because like a lot of people would like tease me about my name and like not really want to talk to me or sit with me or anything like that. So I kind of had to make my own way through high school. Kind of had to make my own way. I had a few friends, like 4 or 5, and I tried to make new friends by joining sports and all that, but I still kind of felt like an outsider in a way while I was there. And even in my family, I kind of still feel like the outsider because I'm different from everybody else. I act differently from everybody else, and sometimes I feel like I don't belong. Everybody like is talking in a group, in a family social, and I'm just kind of sitting there on my phone, kind of like nobody's talking to me. I don't know what to say. Like, what do I do? I don't have that. Then when I got here, I feel like I belong because everybody comes up to me, talks to me, hugs me, and Sheila does it. I feel close to Sheila, I feel close to Tim, I feel close to Heather, Kathy. Like, when I'm here, I feel like I belong. When I'm like outside of here and everywhere else, I don't feel it at all. That's kind of my story, in a way.
Brandon, you feel like you belong here? You feel part of us? I know it's difficult when you can't speak. You know, that leaves you out of a lot. But you like your friends here? Anything you want to say to the people of the world?
You know how people are complaining that Boy Scouts of America should let people go in who are gay? Well, there was this one kid, a fellow Boy Scout. He was constantly harassing me. He was constantly enjoying it too. Then one day, I'm walking around with my catalog book to sell cards, and he comes on and grabs stuff and crawls underneath the bush. He tells me unless I be loving with him, for want of better words, he will not give me my catalog back. I grab it, run back home. Boom, 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 boom. Both my father come to the door, and I'm telling him about this. The thing is, he was a fellow Boy Scout. If Boy Scouts are not supposed to allow gays, why is he still a Boy Scout? Why did he do that to me?
Okay. Hey, Larry Evans here. I want to talk about being different. Now, me, when I was growing up and stuff, I had it hard and everything. When I was in school, people and stuff used to pick on me. So, because I was a little different from others, but, I wasn't as bright as others and everything, but, now that I've grown up and stuff, it's a little different. I discovered that I'm talented and, I've always been beautiful. That's just natural. And, I come here every day, I do my thing, and I go places and stuff with my family. It's, it's pretty cool. But I just, I learned that you have to be who you are. Stay true to yourself and stuff like that. You shouldn't change because somebody tells you to. You gotta, just hang in there like everybody else. So, but that's the cool thing. You gotta be true to yourself. Yeah.
We heard stories of what it feels like not to belong from a homeless perspective, a veteran's perspective, someone living with mental illness. someone who's developmentally delayed, from immigrants to race. They were all very different stories with a common thread. The different stories makes Artists First what Artists First is. An inclusive, diverse community made up of different experiences that help promotes arts and culture.